238.
Very good.
I'm here about the...
Flavia. 5 wolf skins and 5 boar skins. Nope. And I'll only take the complete delivery.
Here are the...
Yeah. Let's see. Yes.
Can we do business?
We have a deal. I'll take the furs, you...
Just endless...
Well, you look like you've got deep pockets. And there's no better place to dig into them than Madame Sonia's House of Pleasure. We've got something to suit all tastes. And the girls there are talented, flexible, and lice-free.
Good to know.
What's your problem?
Had a few, have you?
Weird. You're missing the tits, so you can't be me mother. Do us both a favour and go screw yourself.
So?
Have you? Well, I'm not talking to anyone I don't know.
You're gonna...
Come on, let...
Someone's for it. Good job, sweetie. That bastard Erickson had it coming.
What can you offer me?
You are in the finest brothel in town. If you can't find it here, it's not worth having.
Do you also...
If you have the gold, give me 10 gold coins, then if I can answer it, sweetie, then I will. And if...
How does that deal work for me?
Believe me, there's little that goes on round here.
Comforting.
But no risk.
So if I was a...
Olga's over there. She's a lovely girl. And behave yourself, understand?
I'd like to hire the services of one of you.
Harbour Key, you say? Though she may not want to go with your cell guard friend. And
Annika, got it.
I'm all in.
Tell me something about...
That doesn't sound... Give me something to work. Here's your gold back. Let's...
Is there anyone here?
Well, all my girls are very talented. Oh, you mean combat? I can't think of anyone else.
Where can I find work here?
Honest work? Not a lot of that to be had round here. Only person I can think of is the mage. Bell. He's a good soul. If I wanted work that wasn't going to cause me trouble... The Inquisition don't care about maintaining order in a brothel. So they turn a Just take a look at that bastard over there. Drinks all day and hits my girls. My regular guards left town. Just ask my girl Gwen what kind of a monster he is.
All right.
You shouldn't have...
What do you want from me?
Do you know where Captain Steelbeard's shack is?
You don't know what you're getting into. If you keep on like this, you're a dead man walking.
You're gonna tell me where Steelbeard's shack is? You're gonna tell me now?
All right. In the gutters. It's in the gutters. It's one of those shacks near Costa's Hotel. Now that's it. I've said enough.
And that key you had fits the front door.
I've said two.
Just leave me alone. I'm not even here, all right?
What's the matter?
It's that drunken pig, Erickson. He sits on that bench all day eyeing me up. licking his lips, making his hand gestures. It's so creepy. And then I found out he paid Madame Sonia for me. I refused to go with him, and he beat me, bastard.
Is Erickson one of the Don's men?
Ha! The Don's men are gentlemen compared to him. He comes right out of the town's cesspit.
Then I'll make sure I stay upwind of him. Erickson...
Yeah, I saw you gave him quite the beating, but it ain't enough. In a few days he'll be back on that bench again, staring. Would you spit in his face?
I've got a mess. And if you even look at the girls here again...
Oh, lover, are you? Well, save your effort. I was gonna go anyway.
What?
I can tell you're hungry for the kind of adventure that only Olga can bring. It's just Madame Sonia and a few gold coins down. I understand what a man wants. Come conquer my... Did I take you to a few places you've not seen before?
Yeah.
I wonder why I haven't seen you before. I see many.
I haven't been here long.
And you don't plan on...
No, I have been...
Pity. But something tells me you will prove important to this place. So let me give you something for the hard road ahead. If you have upset another and they will not speak to you, then this scroll will soothe them. It contains a powerful spell. So use it wisely.
Thank you.
I wish you luck on your continued adventure.
That drum...
That's a way... I think...
Well, my lad, what can old... That I am. Jack the same. Now Jack the old beachcomber. Seems the sea won't let me go. Was, my boy, was. The tower's not in use, nor am I. The storms put pay to the ships, and the town... No use burning things when there are no ships to see it. You wouldn't have a tot of...
Here.
Spend too long by the sea and it rots you. Your knees go, your back, everything falls apart. Towers, men, the sea always wins.
Let's...
I'm sure you've got things to do.
Ask someone else.
So then, you're...
It's not for me.
Little bit shy, is he?
You could say that.
Oh, I know the type.
He's standing guard by the...
Oh, that guy? Beard? Eyebrows like the fattest caterpillars I've ever seen.
The town...
Of course not. We don't want...
So, how am I...
That's your... I didn't ask... Find the gold how you will, but...
You know, with people like you in the Inquisition,
You're keen in...
you're armored.
Yes.
That's a big title for a guard. Annika,
Nine. Right. Come with me. Once Annika is... Here. But if this land...
got it.
Let's see who they're sending me now. You another gutter dog, errand boy? You even think of asking about my gold? I'll rip out your tongue and feed it to the rats.
I heard you're a...
We're starting with the heart. Can see why they sent you, gutter dog. You gonna point out I'm in prison next? Or ask me if the food's all right?
Shut.
Pirate? I've been called a lot. Now they want to stick me in a cell to... The world is going to hell. I've been to hell and came back whole. I stared down the throat of the beast. Now they want to stick me in a... You think that makes sense in these times, gutter dog?
I'm sure letting you wander the streets would be a great comfort to the people here.
The world's coming apart. We can all see our end in it.
You've sailed...
Seen 100 ships founder. The waters swallow the men. But I've never seen the sea... Whatever is out there, circling this island, is doing that. These temples that rose from the earth, the creatures that came with them, they're nothing. Nothing compared to what is coming next. And no, not you, not me.
Do you have a problem?
Who do you think locked me? One day that Inquisitor will pay. He won't.
How...
A few days. They think they're softening me up. And here was me thinking they only cared about spiritual matters.
The tavern keeper, Patty, is looking for her father.
Patty? Patty Steelbeard? That cunning bitch is anything but a tavern keeper. Her father is Captain Gregorius Steelbeard, also a man of the sea. And credit where it's due, he's a great one too. Not that the lice-ridden old bastard didn't make my life hell. I wouldn't trust his daughter further than I could throw her. Same blood, after all.
I'll keep that in mind. Tell me...
Who says I have?
Pretty much anyone who mentions you mentions gold.
You live on rumors. You might as well believe fair. Who? My crew have been hunting but found neither hide nor... Scattered across the island. Vasily and Eriksson were here not long ago. They're waiting for a sign from me. You sure?
Vasily...
Patty, I don't entirely trust Vasily not to get drunk and blab his mouth. He's meant to be watching Patty, but he'd like it. Pays to keep... And her father wants to pay me back a little for scuttling his ship and killing half his crew when we last fought. Sure, he'd have done the same to me given half a chance, but there's a score to settle, so it's up to me to settle it before he pays me back. Finding Steelbeard. That's something me and his daughter have in common. Maybe her search will help me find her father before she does. I'll leave when least I get... Escape. You seen any ships come here in a week? That's because they're all at the bottom. We've got little time to settle our reckonings before we meet our...
I know what...
I've known Esteban for a long time. Keeps his word. There are least of all, or join the Order and believe your soul will be...
Can't be nice.
Can tell you never lived it. But this rancid clothing does me no good. Short time, and I've been sweating into this shirt for 5 straight weeks. I've an old chest in the warehouse on the harbour quay. There's a casket. You bring that casket to me, maybe then we can talk. Here's the key to the chest. It's on the upper floor. Won't be easy to get to, but I can see you're the resort. After you've got the stuff, come straight back here and keep the casket hidden.
You must really be fond of your shirts.
Just get going.
It belonged to Cap...
Erickson. He must have stolen it off one of those... He'd better pray they gave him something that'll kill him before I do.
What was a...
He had a whore in every port. Heard one of them worked in Madame Sonia's brothel. Erickson was meant to find her, spy on her. I don't care he got her key. I want to know why the scabby git didn't bring it to me. You brought it, though. So maybe you think with what's between... Now, how about you keeping up our cozy little friendship? Go and find Steelbeard's shack. The key... Search it. Come back if you find any.
I'm no...
And you're no idiot. So, do as I ask.
I'm sure you have things to deal with. Can't help you, I'm afraid. You must have other business to attend to. Try someplace else. Come back later.
I found some.
What? Is he crazy? Oh well, his craziness might... Here, I found this clam in a fish crate.
Now you're fish free.
I'm going to Patty's. I'll get the gold from Nico on the way.
Hey, they call me Sid. I hope you're not some faceless minion of the Order. The Order locks us in the town like cattle and drags me. Take Rodriguez, a good man, reliable. And now, they did something to him. They got to him. Now he's just... It's evil, stir. It's Rodriguez. He's out to... He's part of the Order. You're on my side, so do me a favor. Find out what he's planning and tell me.
I spoke to Rodriguez. He thinks...
He's trying to frame me. He hates me. Always had... Listen, You're one of us, aren't you?
Go on.
You can make this right. You can find out the truth. Make sure it's... Let's hope Rodriguez lets you...
Hello, handsome. Haven't seen you around here before.
I'm new.
How did you manage to get into Harbour Town? Not much goes in or out these days. Well, not in town.
I look...
A resourceful, eh?
Glad to hear it.
I'm Sid's better half. He's one of the Don's men.
Is he now?
Now, don't go thinking he's any old ruffian. My Sid is smart, strong...
Which is?
Well, a little material appreciation, of course. Why, what were you thinking? My Sid knows. Why, just the other day, my Siddy gave me a beautiful ring. It was fit for the Inquisitor, it was. Nah! You might chop off my hand to get to it.
Ahoy! Come to see me, have you?
I need a...
Why? Surely you've heard it's illegal to leave the town.
I have.
Well, I'll draw you a map if you want.
How much?
It'll be a fair... I'll let you know. A good map can't be hurried. Especially these days when the But for anyone who knows how to get out of...
In the middle of the
I'm
night.
not listening.
Right out of...
Did you...
What's that to you? You see a sailor, you suspect they're a pirate. Not all... What are you... You've got what you...
Well, if you've heard people gossiping...
Don't tell me you didn't know.
Do I know my father is Captain Gregorius Emmanuel Steelbeard? The most... I can tell you he was a bastard. The rest of it, I've heard...
Were you
I asked you for help. I didn't agree to give you any.
Okay. Captain Romanoff is...
So it's true what they're saying. He was arrogant enough to tangle with the Order. Did he tell you anything?
Romanoff says he doesn't know where your father is.
He says he doesn't know. But then he'd still say that even if he left my father headless and castrated in a barrel somewhere.
Vasily said...
A shack. That's my father. Could afford a palace. Still, can you find out where it is? And do it without... Could be there's a clue there as...
Vasily doesn't think...
Vasily's never had anything useful to say. I don't recognize this, but it has my father's initial... He marks his territory. I think he'd have carved... This key's a start, but it's useless without...
I found...
Now this is a useful piece of paper. I can finally leave this rat hole. You deserve a reward. Here, I can spare 200 gold coins, but take them, and you ask no more questions. Deal?
Keep the gold.
People usually see gold and forget everything else. All right. What do you want to know?
Tell me about Captain Romanoff. Think he'll be a problem?
Couldn't care less about him. I've got what I wanted now. At least part of it.
What's so...
There's no secret that it's linked to my father. You must have worked that much out yourself. But my father is my business.
Do you think...
He was. Whether he still is and whether he's... But I'll find him.
What's
The tavern's only ever been a place for me to hole up in. When it's time for me to move on, I'll find someone who wants it.
What?
I have no use for it. You already have...
Thanks. That...
They obviously did for my father. If you're going to keep it, take my advice and burn the bed linen.
I'll take the shack. Always wanted something with a sea view. That's probably enough with the questions, isn't it?
For now. Maybe. Maybe we can talk again later. Right. All I need to do now is find a way out of this My father tried to run him through and killed Romanov's favorite whore instead. The pair of them never exactly moved and excluded. Can't say I'm too comfortable having that bastard in town. He'd happily see me dead, or worse. And if you're thinking he might give me to his men for the night, you better know he'd... Well...
Do you...
Well, I would...
You're going to spend your whole life hanging around.
Steal everything.
Stop.
Don't you have something to do?
I'm sure you have other things to do.
Someone needs to sort this place out.
I'm not listening. Can't help you, I'm afraid.
Better start again. That didn't do it. It worked.
Catch them!
Bad idea.
This lock is too difficult. Here are you.
Excellent. Here's your...
What fi-
I'm not listening.
I've brought...
Really?
Flavio said you could use...
That I can. There are some more refugees. We even have some refugees from other islands. We need...
Found lodgings for Martha.
You are. If only all the people in this... Here, I have something for you. May the...
Is there anything else?
No. If circumstances allowed. But we're no longer allowed to train anyone to become a mage without permission from the Inquisition.
Are there no exceptions?
Commandant Carlos is the only... If you decide to walk the path of magic, you should make... May the Holy Flame...
What do you want?
Master Bell...
Wonderful. Here, take these potions. Life here is very...
Stop bothering me.
What? What? You should get some training. Can't help you, I'm afraid.
Whatever it is.
So you don't act...
Trade goods, I'll wager. Who do they... The Order.
What are they doing?
Storing stuff from the ruins. What are you... Well, I saw them dragging in a...
Can you tell me more of...
It was huge. Great stone thing. In the front warehouse. The one closest to Patty's Tavern. On the upper floor. You'll have to use the door at the back to get in. Though you don't look like the type who'd let...
Here.
You found it? Anyone see you fetching it?
No one important.
Strangely, that doesn't put me at ease.
This casket is heavy. I'm guessing maybe shirts and the...
Could be. Or it could be my shirt button.
Could be.
A lesser man would have forced the lock to find out.
I gave you my word.
And a man's word, though gold never goes amiss.
Then it would be rude of...
Stranger or friend, a decent deed is worth a decent reward.
I found...
You...
I gave...
And you thought you'd come and dangle that under my nose instead of coming to me first, did you? What was on the paper?
She said she has what she wants.
Well, if it gets her out of town, that's not all bad. But come to me first, in future.
I'm not listening.
Nope.
I thought as... Now, unless you have good news...
Please don't disturb me.
This lock is too difficult.
That wasn't it. Yes. That didn't do it. That wasn't it. Did it?
This lock is too difficult.
Try someplace else.
You should get some training.
Dog.
They kick up a mighty... But what can we do? I usually try to stay out of it.
What do you want here?
Halt.
What's this?
It's our... and the headquarters of Carlos. Sorry, I have my orders, and I'm afraid if you really want to see him, talk to some of the guards, then see if you can help. The Commandant and causing trouble gets you press-ganged. Carlos knows everything. If he wants to see you, then one of the...
Right. Hey.
If you're looking to buy something, you'll have to talk to comrades. I'll just work here.
You don't sound too happy about that.
My family's been selling our harvest to Conrad for years. When we lost everything in the Troubles, he said he'd take us in. In? He makes us sleep outside.
Tell me about Conrad.
His house is full of supplies, but he won't share them with you if that's what you're after. He didn't lift a finger to help us when they took our cows to be slaughtered, and we've known him for years.
Who took your cows?
The Inquisition. Said they needed to feed people. But now how do we feed ourselves? Of course, Conrad talked to Carlos and got his cows spared. You must know what terrible things have befallen this island. All those... Some of them rose in the middle of our farm and the But my sons... They all went their own way before these creatures came. I hardly get a wink of sleep. Do you know where they are? Do you know where my sons are? If you hear anything or meet...
What are your...
Beppo's the oldest. He didn't want to come to town with us. Always ran with the wrong crowd. I worry he's... William volunteered for military service. And Leon... My youngest... Oh, thank...
Don't get...
Is he alright?
Yes, he's alive.
But isn't that terribly dangerous?
Don't worry, he's not alone. He has some...
Really?
Yes. He's living in a hut north of the town.
That fills me with joy. I hope he watches out for wild animals.
Yeah.
I have a little put aside for a rainy day. I buried them behind the barn of our farm.
Which is...
The farm on the... An Inquisition fighter named Severin is in charge.
Can't you...
Ingvar? Huh. We're in dire straits and he...
Another new face. Welcome to the Merchant District. Are you looking for work? We need all that.
Any help?
The outlaws here are staying under cover. But...
So I've heard.
I'm certain Weasel is still one of the Don's men, but he spends all day sitting on a...
So?
Weasel is no saint. He used to run a protection racket here before the Don left.
He's not doing that if he's...
A spider sits in its web, but it's still got murder on its mind. You're new here. See if you can get evidence of his
I'll see what I...
Good.
And what are you doing creeping about round here? Let me guess. You're lost, right?
Just taking in the sights.
Yeah, right. Just don't be thinking you can take me in. I'm not the gullible sort. I don't know you. Make sure I don't need to get to know you.
I've heard...
That's right. Unless the bastard... He isn't a treasure seeker, and he's gonna stay locked up until Carrasco has 3 art. Are you trying to bribe? Until Carrasco tells me differently, and Ulf isn't setting foot outside until I know what's happening. Of course, they're just waiting for the chance to take a look at that guy skulking across the street. Goes by the name of He's been hanging around for days. He's scoping the place out, waiting for a chance to break in. Someone needs to curb his curiosity, but I can't
I'll...
That would be appreciated, although I would be interested.